Hey guys, time to build some models here. So this is going to be episode 1 of my build of the Tamiya US destroyer Fletcher here. So you can see I've got the box here, and we also got a bunch of photo etch here. So I did order the Eduard's photo etch set here, so I've got that. Comes with all the little details there. Comes with a little second one here that has the nameplate and a few other little things on it. And there it is, Eduard's. So we'll get rid of that. And I was just taking a look at the instructions here. This is the one for the actual photo etch here. And I did take a quick look at here's our paint scheme that comes with the actual ship. Here's our instructions for the actual model from Tamiya, and looks like they got us starting out here putting the propellers on and putting the little stand together. So I think I'll get that stuff done. I'm not going to do the propellers right now because we're gonna paint those separately and then put them on. But I think what we can do is at least get the stand done and then get the deck onto the hull, and then we can get going from there. As I know there's a little bit of photo etch here, we're putting a little photo etch up on the front near the anchors here, and I'll see if I do these. These are the propeller guards. We've got photo etch replacement for that, but I don't know, we'll see. We'll see how much stuff we use, and we'll also see how these videos are going to go, because I've never done one of these build videos like this. So we'll see what kind of format we end up with. I might just splice this stuff all together and you know, make them nice little short videos, or depending on what people like, and we can kind of do the long format, right, where we sit here and do all sorts of stuff. So first off, I'm going to get the stand put together so we can kind of use that as we build. So let's go ahead and get our photo etch out of the way here. Get the box opened up. Start opening things up here a little bit. And your typical Tamiya, everything's kind of stapled here. Get that out. There we go. We also have got some what do you call it? Little rubber. Forgot what they're called for the turrets. Right, let me get rid of that. Let's get everything opened up. There we go. This is a pretty simple kit, not a lot of parts and pieces to it, so it should go along pretty quickly, because I kind of want to get everything together. I'm sure the photo etch will be a little bit more detailed and a little bit more in-depth, or let's say time consuming. Right, always check your bags, got something in there. Came off a sprue. Alright, so here's all our parts and pieces. It looks like we've got the stand over here on these two, so we'll start with that. And I'm going to take my glasses off because I can see better without them up close like this. Snip these off. Alright. I think there's only the 4 pieces. Let me double check my instructions here already. Let's see, where are we? There we are. Yep, 4 pieces. Just making sure. So let's see, looks like it goes like that and that, and then these two into that side. Yeah. Now I'll probably come back and pretty this thing up, you know, do a little bit of sanding on it and stuff like that, but that'll probably be one of the last things I do. I'm not even going to glue it, just kind of get it. So we have a nice place to work from. All right. And again, we're not really going to follow the instructions per se, because we've got photo etch and all kinds of other stuff that we're going to be putting on there. But all right, next step, we're going to get our deck right here. The one thing, if you're a model maker here, definitely get yourself a good set of clippers. These are Tamiya, really, really good. I've got several different kinds, or well, not several, but I've got a few of them. Some that I've ruined by trying to use on the wrong things. Alright. So there's the deck. It's got a little bit of a wave in it. Let's see how that fits in here. Typical Tamiya, just kind of snaps in place almost. Alright, and then we'll get that glued up. I like using my Tamiya extra thin. By the way, if you ever run out of this stuff, if you have the airbrush cleaner, it's basically the same thing. This one just has one extra ingredient, and I think it's, or maybe the airbrush cleaner has one extra ingredient, which is what makes that one smell and this one not. Pretty good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and let's take a look at this. We'll get it glued up. Stand. Okay. Attach deck. Just making sure we don't have to do anything else. And just kind of double checking the fit here. A little bit of room right there. Now we got to kind of try to pry it out here. We want to sand it down a little bit here, these little nubs where we clipped it off. And I'm using my handy dandy little file here. To do most of the work. Another one right here. I think I got them all on that side. kind of run your finger along and see where they're at. A little bit of a bevel to the end here. I think we got them all. Let's see if that's a little bit better fit right there. Yep, that kind of closed up. There was a little bit of a gap right over here, right where that little nub was. It does tend to want to bow up right over here, so I'm going to have to put a little pressure on here when I do this. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit of tape, because we're going to end up taping that. Alright, just got my tape over here, and I'll just zoom in a little bit here. There we go. Start gluing down the deck. Double checking my fit right there. Just a little tiny bit of plastic there. I'm going to have to take that out again. There we go. Got it. I think I'm pretty satisfied. I'm ready to go. There's a little bit of a seam here from just the sort of injection, so you can see there's a little bit of flash right here. So we'll go ahead and get rid of that. We'll do a little bit more sanding here, but at least I want to get the deck on, and then we'll come back and we can play with that without before we put anything else on the deck. All right. Make sure I don't get any glue on my fingers here. This is this right section, right here is where it's kind of bowing up a little bit. I need to put a little bit of pressure on that. And get a good amount of extra thin right here. And give it a second to set up a little bit. Yeah, that looks good. I guess we don't really need that. It sits pretty flush on here. And if you've never used extra thin, it's well, just like it says, it's extra thin, and just use the capillary action there between there. You just gotta touch it in there, and it'll kind of wick up into the whole thing, into the two parts. Want to make sure we don't have that little bulge right there, a little pop up. Alright, well, it looks pretty good. Let's see what's next here, other than any of the photo etch parts. Looks like we're going to be doing the bridge assembly, and I think what I'm going to do is just kind of leave it right there for now. This will be video 1, part 1. We've got the deck on, and we kind of reviewed some of the instructions, and in the next part we'll start up on the bridge over here. Now I know there's some photo etch that's going to be going on that, so that'll be the first time for me using photo etch on here. And what I'll do is I'll come back here and just kind of get rid of this seam. I've got a couple of different sandpapers. It seems pretty big on here, so we can actually get it down with the file. A couple little nubs right here too we'll get rid of. And what I'll end up doing is, once we paint this, we'll come back and just double check. We'll put a little bit of primer on it, and then make sure that looks good. That looks pretty good. There's a little bit right around here, so I'm going to do a little bit more. It's almost like flash right there. Yeah, that one's finer. I think this side, these are actually from, I've got different sponges and stuff like that, you know, sanding sponges. These are actually from when you get a little kit from like you know, the auto parts store to clean up your headlight lenses. They give you these to kind of you know, polish up the lenses and stuff, so they're very fine. I don't remember exactly what the grit is, but I can kind of tell just by touching it which one's a little bit coarser. And we've got that line right in the back, right there. I want to hit that with the file first. To do a little bit more on there, but right. Anyway, that's a start. Take a swig of my coffee here. Make sure my glue is glued or shut. All right, so I'm going to call that part one here. We've gotten started here. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next part here where I think we're going to be starting on some photo etch, and like I said, the bridge right here. Till next time guys, take care.